The U.S. is the largest spender in the military.
Wow, 45%. We're 45% of world spending. We spend more than the next 14 countries combined. That the total state budgets, 48 states, is less than our nation's military expenditures.
We are wasting trillions of dollars on this old-fashioned defense budget that benefits Boeing, benefits Lockheed.
The Pentagon budget, which is over half of the federal operating budget in Washington, isn't even auditable.
Barney Frank came out recently and said cut the Pentagon budget by 25%. That's a great way to start.
Or AAAS, with the support of U.S. Senator Tom Harkin of Iowa, has warned of an impending agricultural calamity as crops are impacted by climate change.
Dr. Cynthia Rosenzweig of the NASA explained the panel further warned that unstable agriculture could double grain prices by 2050, which could set off civil unrest.
Note that we're seeing epic levels of thunderstorm activity, of flooding, of drought, of all the things that climatologists have been warning us about. And
we're threatening the habitability of this planet.
Right now, scientists are much more worried than the public. Is it going to be difficult, or is it going to be a disaster? And some very bad ideas like continuing to drill for oil or seeing nuclear as a quick and easy fix.
When a nuclear reactor explodes, the radiation goes around the entire hemisphere.
There's a nuclear power plant 19 miles from New York City. So we're talking about, with an accident like Fukushima, potentially evacuating 20 million people.
We're going to a renewable future, and it's all going to happen automatically. The oil companies have other plans for us, and if we don't actively advocate for renewables, we're going to get those other plans, and one of them is tar sands.
Well, at current rate of growth, the tar sands will become the worst site of greenhouse gas emissions in the world. They've taken down a forest, this boreal forest the size of Greece, and there are children in the downstream First Nations communities with bile duct cancer at the age of 4.
So tar sands are now our largest imported source of oil, even greater than Saudi Arabia's oil. What has to happen for them to make those things economical is oil has to be over $100 a barrel. And the only way that they can make that stick is if we don't get the alternatives online so that they're the only answer. So if we want to replace all the oil in the United States, alcohol plants, half of what we've spent in Iraq so far. In fact, that term, food versus fuel, was coined by the American Petroleum Institute in 1979.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's insane to be talking about developing new sources of oil. What we need is the kind of global industrial response to develop new energy sources that we had in World War II.
We are at this watershed. We'll either go the democratic route, recognizing the rights of Mother Earth, living within the limits of the planet, living a good life with less wastage of resources, or we will go very fast into the path of fascism, militarization, and commodification of nature.